Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And I got a hamster here trying to climb out of my, well, he's done a good job of climbing out of my pocket, and he just wants to get down. He's been very, very active this morning. I've moved a wooden house onto this side of his little bin home, and he likes to climb up on top of it when I'm here and making noise, and he looks up at me. He gets up on his hind feet and he just looks up at me. And so he's just been so active. I've been picking him up and putting him down and picking him up and putting him down. But this is Dust Mop. He is not so dust moppy right now because I've been clipping him and keeping him trimmed. He's very active. I don't know why, but he is. So I'm going to put him down. I mean, maybe he wants to go to the bathroom, but climbing up to the top of his house and staring at me is not very indicative of him having to drain his bladder. You know, hamsters have specific spots where they like to use the toilet just for their bladder needs. And so him climbing up on top of his house to get up onto his back feet and then look at me is not, again, indicative of him actually having to use the toilet. So thumbs up for that. Here we are. And he's up on his little house looking out at me again. So hopefully he's going to go to sleep here pretty soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep reaching in there and then grabbing him. Oops! He's just backing up. He is so active. He is so silly this morning. He's got food. He's got water. He's just active. So you're a silly goose, Dust Mop. A very silly goose. Thumbs up for that. Goeie is not as active. She's sleeping in her mason jar right now. She was mildly active, not hugely, but she's sleeping. She's mature. I mean, the sun is past noon and it's coming down to set for her. It's still high in the sky, but it's gonna happen. Dr. Snurf is up. He's down below drinking water right now. He's still got that big bald spot. I keep treating it. He's got fur growing around it, but the bald spot itself is, I think it may be an underlying issue because he drinks water a lot. I mean, a lot. And if you're diabetic, you have a massive thirst like that. So if he's diabetic, it could be just a hormonal imbalance caused by his diabetes that's causing his fur to come out like that. So yay. But he's a good guy. He's just getting older and things coming up. Like with little Saber. She was up and running around. She may have, I think it's pronounced pyometra. It's kind of a uterine infection. Her abdomen is kind of swollen. And it looked like there was some drainage out of her nether regions, so I hope not. I can't afford to take any of my hamsters to the vet. I don't even know if we have a vet that sees hamsters. So I can only hope that things are going to be okay. Goodness gracious. I mean, you can't tell that any of them are feeling any discomfort, but they're prey animals and they hide any issues they have, so I can only hope that they're all doing well. On my list here with the Shelton, Washington weather, plague rat, and spider report. For the weather report, it's just been gray and dim and overcast, and it'll get bright and sunny, and then it'll get gray and dim and overcast again. It's not raining, but it is hot and humid, even with the cloud cover. Well, the cloud cover is holding in the heat. It's when you have no clouds, that's why it gets so cold, because your heat just radiates straight upward and it's not held in by cloud cover. Thumbs up. But it's grayish outside. Who knows what it's going to be like? I don't know. Plague rat report went out walkies last night. I think, did I just go once or twice? No, it was just once. And a lot more people seem to be taking it seriously. I don't see a ton of people on the streets wearing masks. You know, I'm doing it now. Not perfectly. If I'm not around people, and I'm not around a situation where people are going to suddenly spring up out at me, I don't have it on. You don't need it on. It's only when you're around people that you should have it on. You definitely should have it on. So I was just out Walkies and did all the stuff that I was going to do, even stopped in at Safeway. And of course, you know, most of the plague rats are doing well. Most people are not plague rats. The people that are trying to take it seriously, of course, are not plague rats. I mean, technically we all are, but no. If you're trying, then no. And so if you don't care, that, yeah. Like the huge spikes that we're seeing all around the country. Thumbs up for that. But on the spider report, that little spider, well, I say little, you know, in comparison to us, but her legs all around, she's like this big, but her body's only like this. She's one of that kind. And so I looked for her this morning because I was up at like 4:30 in the morning. Horrible gut pain. So, yeah, I'm really tired. But while looking for the spider to see where she was, now, of course, it may not be her. She may have traveled on. She may have been eaten by another spider. This could be just another spider of the same species. I'm not a trained spiderologist, so. But I was looking for her because normally she's up around this corner or over at this corner or traveling down below, excuse me, near my scale, but I couldn't see her anywhere. She had traveled to underneath the mirror. It was some of the things that are there. It was dangling and some stuff. So I felt better once I found her because I knew that she wasn't dead, or at least somebody wasn't dead. So thumbs up on that, a good thing. I do. Again, it's weird. I don't know why I like spiders. I mean, I've always liked spiders because they've always had that strange alien beauty to them, and they are fascinating creatures. So I've liked them while being terrified of them. Now my arachnophobia is gone, so I like them, which is still weird to me. Oh, and of course, just to remember and point things out, because we're all human beings, and we do things like we anthropomorphize, and we normalize. It's just to remember, I feel affection toward the spiders that I'll find in like my bathroom or in my room here. But I gotta remember that that's just a parasocial relationship. It's one-sided. The spider doesn't know me from Adam. It's I may go like, oh gosh, that's such a great spider and feel good about it. But that spider down there, I'm just a threat. It's never going to see me as anything but a threat. Because I'm big and I move and there's air currents that come out of me constantly just because of the movement. That's terrifying to a spider. So when you get feelings of affection, just remember that just because you have them doesn't mean they're going to be reciprocated. I mean, spiders and I think there's like some reptiles, you can keep them as pets, but they're not going to be entering into a real relationship with you. Not all lizards. You can have relationships with lizards, and they can enter into pet relationships with you, though you do have to be careful. I've seen way too many pictures of, like, what is it, the bearded dragon owners with huge bite marks healing on their faces because they let their guard down. The bearded dragon was up around here, and it's a lizard. And munch. So you got to be careful. A lot of animals and critters that we keep as pets are not capable of returning any affection. I mean, it's like fun and nice for those people that own the big spiders and they keep them in boxes and stuff, but the spider isn't going to know that it's a pet. Some of them are kind of scary, and some of them you got to be careful with, but as long as you know what the species and what its capabilities are. There's like one tarantula that has terrible eyesight. Horrible. If you're further than 2 inches away from its eyes, it can't see you. So the guy is just waving his fingers in front of the tarantula far enough away, like 2 inches away, It's not reacting. It can't see. So, and then of course there's the little spiders that you'll have in your room here that they can see all the way across the room. You never can tell. It's all developed to their species. Let's see, what else do I have on here? Oh yes, the other day I had talked about how, with my feelings toward the police force in the United States, it was based on slavery. It's horrific now. It needs to change. Yes, we need to defund, but I'm one of those that, well, by defund, they don't mean just take everything away and disband the cops. No, it is take the funding down, fund other things, leave them with a smaller, less militarized force to deal with the actual problems. Defund so that it's not a private military force. So yeah, we need to defund. But I had mentioned how my oldest had switched his job positioning choice in life from working in healthcare to graduating in law enforcement and all, and becoming a detentions officer. So, corrections, working in a prison. So, and how I don't really feel good about that, but we also live in a system, in a capitalistic society, and you have to live. And I trust my son, but so contacted him on Facebook, just said, hey, congratulations, good job. And we talked, and it was good. He needs to live. Just because he's in law enforcement doesn't mean there's anything horrible going to happen. So hopefully he's one of the good ones, or at least one of the neutral ones. Past that, just surviving, always thinking of stories and how to deal with them, always thinking of my cosmic horror pantheon and how to deal with them. Been working on the bone-hurting juice stories, so Scarbat, Meliander, and Ivchenka are all still on the horizon. They're on their way. But just always dealing with minor issues and stuff, because I know a lot of people don't try to deal. I deal more with, when I say I know a lot of people don't try to deal with, I'm speaking of like dealing with just authors, where if they came up with a cosmic horror pantheon, they'd be dealing primarily, I imagine, with how does it only just affect us? And that's a perfectly valid way to do it. I mean, the H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu mythos stuff, basically it's like, how does it affect us? And there's not really a whole lot of other detail. There's other details. We know that, you know, the old ones, this ancient alien race was at war with like the Cthulhu monster type things. So we know that there's some of the background there, but I'm spending a lot of time, and it's effort that'll maybe never come to fruition. Who cares? You know, you don't have to monetize your passions. Spend a lot of time dealing with, well, if this is true about this, how does it not only affect just our universe if it affects us, but how does it affect the ecosystem and micro and macrocosms of the multiverse as a whole, to make sure the systems actually work. And then I chew and mull over that, and then see where the soft spots are, where, this needs more detail. So yeah, I get like 10 or 20,000 pages of background material with dense charts and very tiny font and printing, just so that I can write the 100-page story and then see what I can do with that. But I feel better about that because I know it's going to hold together. It's not going to fall apart if you look at it too close. I mean, I know dream logic is supposed to be in effect for stories, and don't think too hard about some of these things, but I get it to it where if I can't figure out how just one thing happened, the whole thing falls apart and I give up on it. So, thumbs up. So I work on them. Make them fit. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended at all. And even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I get lost really easily. So if I do, my sincere apologies. What is it? No, this time it's Dust Mop drinking and not Dr. Snurf. Okay, that just heard drinking noises, so I want to make sure. Ren Rain, thank you very, very much. And then there is Edson Cayuyan, Cauyan, thank you very much. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. DVA, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kiska, good to see you in the comments. Sana Tomorrow, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Chris Bernal, greatly appreciate. Colin Reisner, thumbs up and thank you. TPNG, thumbs up, greatly appreciated. And Confused Owl 29, very good to see you in the comments, extremely so. Gibbo, thumbs up. Undead Grizzly Bear, I like the name, thumbs up on that. Comic Gray, greatly appreciated. Mr. Goodfellow, thumbs up and thank you. Louis Santiago, thumbs up. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Rita Mae and Colin, greatly appreciated. Video Archives, thumbs up and thank you. Saar, greatly appreciated. And then we have Zombie Wolf, thumbs up. Sandy Moon, greatly appreciated. Lord Boulder, thumbs up. And Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Aleski, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, General Mayhem, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Definitely a thumbs up, and thank you all so very, very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do understand, but I also have that PayPal link if you did want to help me out but not send money to one of those two places. And if you want to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wish list link as well. If you could check that out, that would be very, very cool. Good Lord. My sincere apologies. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I have this video that you've hopefully been watching. I have another video to edit and then render and then upload. Hopefully I'll get something done for tomorrow, today, so I won't be in a rush. We shall see. But be as safe and careful as you can. Wear a mask. Socially isolate. We need justice for way too many people. They keep adding names almost daily. 1312. Take care. And I will see you on the flip side, my friend.